I got my package, I got groceries.
Problem we always have, evil or retarded, is Mandani well aware of how land confiscation works? And is he well aware that this is just going to drive the rich out? And he knows it'll make New York way worse than it ever was and way more dangerous. Yeah. And he just goes, that's good for me. Or is he thick as shit and just likes the idea of socialism? It's popular with young people and pretty girls. And he enjoys that.
Yeah, I don't think he's retarded. I think he's got a few motives.
What's up, Michael?
On the grill here.
Good morning.
And one of which is, yeah, he is a communist. He's so democratic socialist, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, he wants that. He wants that type of government in there. But the reasoning is also part of it. He's Muslim, and the Islamic takeover of cities is in full effect. Do you really have to look that deeply?
Good.
Do you really have to look at me and see?
Just starting my day. Chilling it. How about you, man?
Find such a horrible racist. What I'm saying is obviously biased. Or can you look at cities like London and some of these smaller cities around this country, but now New York City, a Muslim mayor. A lot of Muslims are
on my streams.
Part of smaller government.
Yeah, that might be cool to have a guest on my stream. I just have to figure out how to, do that and find a good guest, I guess. But, I'll figure it out. Hope your work's going smooth so far.
County and city government. They have a mission, and that is the caliphate. They have a mission. They have not argued that this mission. They want to turn the United States into an Islamic nation.
And the Quran is very clear.
That's a big part of what Mamdani's doing. You got to tear down what's in place first before you can build up what you want to put in place.
Which is in the Quran. We're not here to assimilate. We're not here to make friends. Convert or die.
They never argue this. How do people not see that their mission is this when they say their mission is this?
And this whole takeover of Texas seems very fuck you.
Oh,
It's like if they were taking over metal and they just went straight for Metallica. Like they're not starting at some lesser known bands like Brutality. They're going right to the top here.
What the fuck is that?
Megadeth, Slayer, Metallica.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think Mamdani is utilizing his power now as mayor in New York.
Yeah, I just woke up. Or not just woke up, but I slept most of the night. It's nice to see you too. What's everyone up to today? It's Saturday the 30th. I'm gonna figure it out one step at a time.
To put a system and an environment in place that is more conducive to Islam. And socialism is a great first step to Islam. You're taking all the power away from the people. You're making them impoverished. It's pretty much they're on the government till. You don't have to be welfare recipients anymore to be on the government till. We own your building. You're rent controlled. You're now beholden to us. And that's a great way to start getting people under control. And that's all Islam is.
So that's like what happened in Iran. The communists had a revolution. They joined up with the Muslims and said, can you guys just stay in the government for a bit while we work this out? And then they said, okay, we're done. Let us move in. They go, no, we're running the show now.
Yeah, we run the show.
You're our
What are you going to
bitch.
do about
Hi,
it?
good night.
Yeah, that's a good.
Communism isn't
very
necessarily
small.
the stepping stone to Islam.
Why?
I mean, Russia, obviously, the Soviet Union, having been communist, China, there's so many,
Why so small?
North Korea. These are communist nations that
Kind of
aren't going to go
atheists.
Muslim. I don't think they like Muslims either.
Right.
But it's a great stepping stone to Islam if you want to tear down democracy, capitalism, things like that.
So the destruction of New York is jihad.
Jihad. I think this is the new 2026 version of Allahu Akbar Jihad, and Mandani is their foothold in New York City.
Oh, I don't like that.
I don't either, Gavin.
Doing pretty good this morning. Slept well. Cleaned up when I woke up. Just plotting my moves, my next move. Making some lunch right now. What about you, man? Hell yeah, long hair or no hair, man.
Hence, my ass is here in South Kakalaki.
I saw what happened to London. I saw what happened to Europe. I don't want it to happen.
Taking everything one step at a time, eh?
This man, save up.
I'm gonna go with Carnifex. What's up? You've heard Carnifex, right? Trying to think. But that's the thing. That's the band I'm coming up with here. Angel of Death cover? Hell yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they're my favorite, but they're top tier. back. Am I 30?
Are we seeing?
No, I'm not 30.
God help me, I'm in
How's everyone's day going? 4 days ago, okay.
People respond with violence, which is understandable because Trump is creating a violent society. When you create a violent society, no wonder there are resistance. Absolutely.
Okay, now hold on. I have to ask.
Oh yeah, what name was it?
Oh my God.
Hold on.
What counts as political violence?
Michael Knowles got into a heated debate with two liberals that you can see on the screen right here. I believe their names are Brian Recker and Ryan Basham. And they got into a really heated debate. It turned into a whole shouting match, a screaming match, and of course, Michael Knowles comes out on top because he has the
Nice.
facts on his side. Let's get
Not bad.
this clip here where Michael Knowles gets into a really heated debate with these two woke idiots that you see on the screen in front of a live audience and absolutely annihilates them. Let's check it out.
Oh my God. I love being on Earth too. It's pretty good. Start with something that's just.
Do we? Now I know we have a decibel counter here to figure out which topic you all picked. I don't know. It's a little unclear to me. Ben, do we know which topic won?
It was hard to pick because I thought it broke because it read nothing on the first two. So we're doing the last one.
I'm actually a little upset about that. I wanted to do the transgender one. That's okay. We'll do mine. That's fine.
I hate that things are turning out well for you.
No, that's brutal. Maybe at the end. Maybe at the end we'll get it in. Okay. Political violence is a distinctly left-wing phenomenon. You don't have to take my word for it. The Center for Strategic and International Studies just came out and admitted this, that it's a left-wing phenomenon. No less a liberal outlet than The Atlantic admitted it. And this is based on data that systematically exclude left-wing violence. So that's even not counting the BLM riots. It's not counting clear left-wing.
Hope you have a good day as well. The Amazon requires an American bank account to receive money. The Amazon? Oh, you're trying to run an Amazon shop? I don't know about that.
Ideological violence, like the Covenant School shooting that happened here in Nashville, transgender shooter targeted Christian children. It's not counting the Annunciation shooting. It's not even counting an experience that I had. I was at the University of Pittsburgh 2 years ago. I just testified before the Senate on this. I go down to Pittsburgh. Two Antifa operatives who are members of a formal Antifa cell, the Torch Antifa Network, they show up, they throw an explosive at the building when I walk on stage. They seriously injure a cop. One of them is in federal prison for this. Not counted on any register as left-wing violence. So even excluding all the big left-wing violence, nevertheless, even the liberals admit, terrorism
I hope so. Good luck.
today in America is a left-wing problem.
But what you're actually lying about from that study, the study actually says that this year is the first time in 30 years that left-wing violence has outpaced right-wing violence, because historically it has always been white nationalist, right-wing militant violence that has by far been the greater historic problem. Only right now, in a moment where authoritarian fascism is creating police states throughout the country and Trump's secret police is going around brutalizing and kidnapping people, are we seeing people respond with violence, which is understandable because Trump is creating a violent society. When you create a
No thanks, I don't want to get involved with that. Yeah, liberal propaganda, true.
violent society, no wonder there are resistance. Absolutely.
Okay, now hold on. I have to ask.
Oh my God.
Hold on.
What counts as political violence? I'm sorry.
That's actually, it's just so insane, man. It's so nuts that these people have genuinely convinced themselves of these facts, or of these things that they claim are facts that make zero sense, man. They just make zero sense. How is Donald Trump creating a place of political violence when Donald Trump is the one that got his ear shot off inches away from being assassinated? Right? He's the one that was the victim in that situation, and also the other people who got injured and killed in the background. They're the victims. How is the left wing trying to make themselves the victim in this situation? The victims of all this political violence are right wingers. You can play mental gymnastics all you want and say that, oh look, the shooter of this one and this one and this one, they're not leftists. Look, they had this written in their journal. It's like, yeah, man, for sure. Like, it just so happens that, you know, all of these victims are right-wingers, whether it's, you know, a Republican president or Charlie Kirk or a right-wing commentator. It just so happens. You know, like, what are we talking about? What are we doing? There's no way. I think many of these people have.
No, asphalt legends. I got Forza too. Forza as well. I mean.
Convince themselves genuinely that these things are true that they're saying. But also, I think that a lot of these people don't even believe these things that they're saying. Like, I don't even think that these guys really believe what they're saying. I think that they just, you know, they know what gets clicks, they know what gets views, they know what gets their audience going, and they're just going to say those things. You know, like, I don't think they actually believe this stuff, because you have to be a complete idiot to believe any of
Is
this.
splitting a family apart political violence, or is it only political violence when it's not masked thugs doing it?
No, so-
I don't know. It seems like political violence
Well, okay.
when a masked thug tears a family apart.
Okay,
Michael.
we can establish our terms. So political violence, as it's counted by even the left-wing groups, is when the violence is conducted in furtherance of an ideological motive, identifiable on the left and
Like
right.
tearing people apart and sending them to
No,
deportation centers surrounded by alligators, like that
In-
kind of ideological motive.
No, enforcing immigration law is not ideological violence. But
Sending people back to countries they're not even born in, is that an ideological?
well, they weren't born in this country and they don't belong here either, so they're going to get out.
Oh my God. So you guys are happy that you just clapped for people to be sent back to countries that they weren't even born in?
How can you be... Wait, hold on. What does this guy mean, sent back to a country that you weren't born in? Like, how can you go back to somewhere that you've never been? Is it because they made it maybe... What are we talking about? Are you stupid enough to where you're saying that people are getting sent back to a place that they've never been? Or are you complaining that people are being sent back to a place that they came from, but they shouldn't be sent there because they weren't born there? What the hell does being born somewhere have to do with anything? If you're born somewhere that's not... If you are a citizen of somewhere that you're not born, wouldn't it be better to send somebody back to that place where they have a life? Like, what are we talking about? This guy's either an idiot because he's saying these people are being sent back to some place that they've never been, which doesn't make any sort of sense, or he's an idiot because he's saying that it's wrong to send people back to a place that they came from. Where the hell else are we supposed to send them to? What are you talking about?
Y'all are telling
As long as they're not
Listen,
here, I am.
Hey, I'm sorry. Do you know those are real people you're talking about?
Yeah. So, hold on, you made a claim though. You made a claim, which is, you said I lied, but I don't, what is the lie I told? I said that the study came out and it said that right now in America, terrorism is on the
the
left.
first time in history that it's been higher,
But
this
then-
year specifically,
Well, I left it
leaving
out.
out the entire history of our country.
So I left that out. That wouldn't make it a lie. But then I think the thing you have to answer to my point is that the CSIS study, CSIS is a left-wing organization, even they're admitting the problems on the left now, the federal data, all of the other studies that we have exclude most of the left-wing violence, including BLM, which left dozens of people dead, $1 billion in property damage, including two
are we counting
transgender
property
shootings,
damage
and including the
violence?
Antifa
Is that
attack
what
on
we're
me.
talking about? Dented
Yeah.
cop cars are the violence. You're more worried about dented cop cars than families being torn.
I'm just saying that it's violence, and you're changing the subject to immigration because you know that left-wing violence is
Well,
the chief problem.
what I would say is that when you are militarizing cities, that the governors are saying, we actually don't need you here, you are actually instigating violence, and Trump wants that violence. You know why? So that you don't pay attention to the Epstein files.
So, as I understand it, my friend and interlocutor here has no answer on the left-wing terrorism problem, so he wants to talk about immigration, he wants to talk about Jeffrey Epstein, he wants to talk about any other topic.
I
Okay.
repudiate political violence. I don't believe that's the way.
Well, that's good because many left-wingers do not.
I do.
Many is not a data.
Well, actually, so there was a study came out, YouGov, after Charlie was assassinated, that showed that very liberal people are 8 times as likely to justify political violence as very conservative people, and 26% of young liberals are likely to justify political violence, many multiples that of young conservatives.
I think you have to take that in the context of what else was happening, though. A couple years ago, those numbers were flipped. I think we're in a situation right now where the outsiders are the liberals and raging against the machine. Yeah, I mean,
They
the
were not
vast
flipped.
majority incredible studies on political violence in the last 30 years have
They
found.
were definitely not flipped. Like, what the hell are you talking about? That, if I'm not mistaken, the whole like George Floyd stuff happened while Trump was in office, right? I know that was in 2020 and that was the election year, but I'm pretty sure that was in the summer of 2020 before the election. Oh, so what are we talking about? Because the liberals are on the outside, like now, that they weren't committing political violence before. I'm pretty sure rioting and trashing stores and all of this, that's pretty violent, I feel. They've completely convinced themselves that complete lies, not even just regular lies, just complete idiotic lies, are true. Doesn't make any sense.
That it's like an 85 to whatever split.
But can you address the point that I raised
Which one?
answering that?
Yeah, which one?
The fact that the BLM violence was not counted as ideological in virtually any of the registers. The fact that an Antifa attack on me that resulted in federal prosecution and a guy in federal prison was not counted as left-wing political violence. The fact that the transgender shootings are not counted as political violence. Can you address that? Because if you can't, then what you're saying is the numbers were cooked for years.
Well, no, two things. First of all, I haven't read those studies to know the detailed definition. I know you love to do that, which is cool.
Obviously.
But also, we already have a
Very
data
obviously.
collection
Never
problem
read
when it comes to
shit.
crime anyway. All violence is bad, but we, and by the way, some of this is enforced by federal law, have a
But not
horrible
violence
time
against cops,
trying to
right?
track violence in this country. So often our data is not that
And you know
great
what's making it,
but-
hold on though, but do you know that what's making it harder to track is that Trump's Department of Justice actually removed a study following Charlie Kirk's very, very reprehensible assassination. After that happened, they removed a study that says that right-wing violence has led to 520 deaths since 1990. Left-wing violence only 72 deaths.
Well,
That's
they
since
couldn't-
1990.
they couldn't
and they
have-
removed that and hid it. It's archived. I can send it to you.
They
Just DM me.
didn't remove the study in the sense that the study still exists. They're just pointing out, as governments are wont to do, that new data and better data should be preferred to old data that are inaccurate and that exclude left-wing violence.
I think violence is just bad,
Yeah,
and I think
same.
I think we can all disagree on that.
But I do think we should look.
It's like they get trapped into a corner and they just start virtue signaling. Like, that's all they know how to do. It's just a reflex. They're like, well, yeah, but violence is bad. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Racism is bad. Oh wow, you're a genius, man. Thank you so much for this great insight that you have on life. I really, really appreciate it.
Look at why it's happening and who's instigating it.
Hold on, what do you mean why it's
No.
happening? Is this a justification,
I feel like
guy?
government with its
No.
speed.
What do you mean why it's happening? What does that matter? If the violence is coming from the left, my question is not, well, let's figure out why they're committing all that
Trump
violence.
is
No, I want to arrest them
militarizing
and
cities
stop the
and
violence.
picking fights. Governors are saying, no, thank you, we don't need your military here.
So you're
They're
saying that
going and
because Trump
creating
is-
violence. Yes, he
So-
wants.
so
he
then
wants a violent society to justify all the other things.
So
that
you're
he
saying
does.
the right-wingers are asking for it. You're saying Trump is
Fascist,
enforcing
no,
immigration
that's
law
what
and
they-
therefore the left is becoming violent.
I do not justify. No, absolutely. I didn't say that. at all.
I'm sorry, that's what it sounded like you were saying.
No, I'm saying that when the right uses fascist authoritarian tactics, they know what that's going to create.
What's that going to create?
People will, yeah, they're literally putting pressure
The left
on
will
people.
commit violence.
I mean, it's a pretty
So
standard.
that is the point
well,
that I
what
meant.
if the-
You're granting the premise. Yeah.
Yeah, if my home was invaded, something bad would happen. That's a bad thing. Yes.
So the left is committing violence at higher rates than the right, and they're justifying it at much higher rates than the
What
right
do you-
because of Trump. You know,
Do
this is
think
basically
that
like
Trump
saying,
should just militarize cities when the governors are saying we're actually totally safe here, no need for this military here?
well, we've
What
had
the fuck
federal
are you
laws for
talking
well over a century that says that when cities fail to enforce order, that we have an insurrection
No,
act.
evidence
No,
of that.
yeah,
No, there is. It's
no,
federal law.
No, the law
It's called the
may
Insurrection
be
Act.
there, but the thing is, every single one of these are instances of situations that the local
Yeah,
police
but
were
the
already
governors aren't
trained
fucking
and
doing anything
prepared
about
to
the crime
handle.
either, are they?
Were they? I don't know.
Yes,
Crime has
absolutely,
exploded in these
absolutely.
cities.
Listen, every single sheriff or police captain that has been affected by this has tried to find a polite way to say, no, we had it, but we're going to work with you because you're here.
2 murders a day in Chicago. You think they have it? You think it's just fine? I don't think they have it.
No. People like to do that, but like every place in America.
People in Chicago like to murder.
No.
Yes, that's true.
Listen, every place in America is violent. And we like to blame big cities as violent places, but they're just more people. It's a per capita problem. If you're in a
No,
rural
it's
place,
not a per
people still get
capita
murdered just so
problem.
often because there's fewer people.
Yeah, I think these guys got absolutely cooked here, and it's so funny to watch lefties squirm and really struggle whenever they get confronted with just absolute facts. Like, nobody can even dispute anymore that the 2020 and the Summer of Love stuff was all left-wing political violence. Like, they can't dispute that, and they didn't even try. They just changed the subject whenever Michael Knowles brings that up and says, yeah, like the numbers are skewed, these things that you're pulling from, they're not correct because they didn't take into account that the 2020 Summer of Love with the BLM riots were all left-wing violence. And they're like, well,
I don't know, man. Haven't looked into it.
Really, really sad. Really sad. 500,000 unalived because the Trump administration didn't think that they deserved food and medical care.
What?
Oh, I saw this video.
New York, but I don't know. There was a woman in Texas who became the principal of a school, and she went viral on Libs of TikTok, and they showed all her pro-Palestine, pro-jihad shit.
Yeah.
And
I saw this one.
I think she's been fired, so maybe there's still hope if you expose these people.
There's still a lot of hope in the United States. I don't have any hope for England.
No,
The UK.
especially in London.
There's a lot of hope in the United States because there's a large portion of the population that doesn't agree with them. They think the way we were just talking. They see it. They understand it. And they're like, fuck no. We're a huge country. I don't think people in Europe understand how big America is. And a lot of the middle of America, a lot of places that aren't these big cities, are people that do not want an Islamic fucking caliphate
Yeah.
here in the United States. So I do have hope, and there are people that will throw them right the fuck out and voice their opinion. You know, in England, you get on social media, you voice your opinion, you're in jail. They will fucking arrest you. How do you fight that? They've already been oppressed to the point where they can't even voice their opinion about this
And not just
invasion
opinions,
of
facts.
Islam.
Hate facts.
Facts.
You,
Yes.
You cannot say certain facts. But yeah, you're right. When Tommy was there, he did a presentation before Congress, and he talked to a lot of Texas politicians, and he goes, they for the most part have their heads screwed on straight, and they're aware of this problem, and they want to nip it in the bud. Now, at the same time, you got 840 mosques and all these stupid fucking little mini Muslim towns being built, like entire centers that look like they're in Kurdistan. But
Yeah, they all look like that architecture of the big fucking bubble on top of the buildings and the spires, and it's like, this isn't. We should have like European churches, that type of architecture, and American architecture, Western architecture. The fact that they're building these mosques, it's definitely a way to discourage and bring morale down in this country and feel like we're defeated.
yeah. And I think the Muslims are good at not taking over an entire country at once. You just set up these fifth columns.
Yeah,
and Texas is the new fifth column. Texas and New York. They did Dearborn. That was a success.
Minneapolis,
that was a smashing success, despite having IQs that are sub-retard.
Sometimes numbers are much more important than IQ. Just if we get 10,000 of these motherfuckers, I don't care if they're all idiots. It's 10,000 bodies that vote. They're smart enough to vote for another one of their own. So,
wasn't it funny how that light bulb guy who I am the captain now, he lost.
Yeah.
He lost because he was the wrong tribe of Somalis. He was the Unatutuk, and they were the Ooga Boogas were not having it. So the Ooga Boogas outvoted him. Like, not only did we import Somalis, we imported all their stupid tribalist conflict.
I saw a black guy on YouTube, and he was talking about Africa and the reason that Africa isn't a first world continent and doesn't have countries in it that are first world nations. And he blamed tribalism and the fact that there's such division between black people. Everyone goes, oh, you're African. There's so many people that don't understand Africa's a fucking continent. Yeah. It's like comparing us to Mexicans.
Yeah.
It's very different. There's a very different culture between that. But you can't just say it's tribalism. There's a lack of ingenuity and a lack of an ability to see a problem and come up with a solution to the problem.
Oh, you're talking about that
advancement.
Frank guy who says there is no word for maintenance in
Yeah, I love
any
that one,
African language. Yeah, Frank.
No word for maintenance. That, you know, when the colonizers came and built these amazing infrastructures inside these African nations, when they left, there was no maintenance. You leave a city alone, you'll be really surprised how quickly nature goes, yeah, we're back with a vengeance. Not just a few vines crawling up a building. It's done. The roofs cave in.
Yeah.
There's no more inside of the building. The walls fall out. And in very short time, relatively speaking, you have a return to nature. They do not maintain these infrastructures that were put in place by Western nations. And it's our problem, I guess.
Oh, it is. Remember Conan O'Brien talking about Haiti? And he made this whole
It's a
cartoon
wonderland.
about how we kept taking from them, taking all their resources, like they knew what the fuck to do with their resources.
Yeah.
So when we're there, we're horrible because we're colonizers. And then when we leave, I don't know, we're horrible, we've neglected them. Look, it was fucked before we got there. And it's the heat. I guess it's
the environment.
You would stop this?
Even had a few screws left over.
If it's important, just not.
Yeah,
The environment isn't conducive to hard work. It sucks. That's why when China goes to the Congo, they bring Chinese equipment with them. All of their heavy machinery and vehicles are air conditioned. They don't sit out if they need men to go out with shovels and actually do something, they're Africans, they're Congolese, they're used to the heat. They hate work, but if there's a Chinaman over them telling them they have to work or get the fuck out, you're not getting paid, then they work as much as they want to.
And then they leave early and steal stuff.
But I think it would be very difficult for the indigenous people of some of these countries to build a technologically advanced first world nation from nothing because it's so difficult. It's a horrible environment to start doing that. You could bring in people from first world nations that have winter, spring, summer, and fall, and they've adapted to the weather and go, yeah, that's heinous heat that will kill us, but we bring air-conditioned equipment. We've already advanced technologically. We're now we can work on this in this environment. They never did that. They never figured out that problem, worked it out, advanced it. They hated the colonizers that brought them amazing technology. They notched them up so many levels.
Too many.
You're playing a video game and level 1 is like bow and arrows and you got to start fires. And then level 10, you have like gas and flamethrowers and rifles. It's like going from level 1 to level 10 and skipping all that. That's what the horrible colonizers did for you. And what did you do? You fucked it all up.
You fucked it all up. I read some article about this guy white guy who lived in Africa for a long time, and he goes, you don't understand how impossible it is for anyone to get ahead. And it's not my fault. He goes, there was this guy in a small village I was staying in, and he managed to grind some wheat and make some bread, and he was selling it by the side of the road. And he did pretty good. So with the money he got from the first loaf, he went and made like 13 loaves. I'm getting the numbers wrong, but you get the idea.
No,
and
but I get what you mean.
He had a windfall, after the second batch. And all his relatives...
Entrepreneur.
all his relatives thought it was so silly. Why would you do that? And then they took the bread that he was selling, and they took all his money and they distributed, not even in a violent way, but in a funny way. Like, I don't know, when your brother
right.
when your brother has a bowl of Cheetos and you sort of reach over and grab them, like, it's not malicious, but you're my brother, I'm gonna eat your Cheetos.
They couldn't understand the business aspect.
Correct.
That loaf of bread is worth 10 loaves of bread. if you don't eat it. If I get to sell it, we will have loaves of bread and more loaves of bread to sell to get. But they're just like, loaf of bread. Loaf of bread.
It would be like if you're playing Grand Theft Auto and at one point you just start making bread. And everyone else playing video games like, what the fuck are you doing over there?
What are you doing, dude?
I am making bread for the people of this game.
Why? Why would you do that?
Smash.
So, if you enjoyed that clip,
then subscribe to Compound Censored using this promo code.
Let's look at Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson. One of my favorite mayors in the country at this point, because he has...
Easy W.
I have to thank him for the bevy of material he has given me for this show and my WABC radio show. He is constantly saying that is so stupid and so racist.
Long ass loading times in this game.
People love him. People hate him in Chicago. But it seems like more people love him because they'll reelect him. They'll just reelect him. That's how it works. So there's been a lot of these teen takeovers, teen street takeovers, teen violence, teen vandalism, car thefts. Just put teen in front of any crime, and that's what's happening in Chicago. So the media loves asking Mayor Johnson what he's doing about it. What the hell are you doing? Why aren't there consequences for the actions of these teens? Should the parents be held responsible, like Judge Pirro has suggested? Should the police be given more latitude to do things like stop and frisk? Yeah. And when they arrest some of these teens, should they be jailed and then tried, convicted, and sentenced to real consequence?
Yeah.
Not just brought in, held, detained, and then let go. They just do exactly what they were doing before. It doesn't work. You know, stop tying the police, the Chicago Police Department's hands behind their back. Let them do their jobs. Well, why would Brandon Johnson think that? His skin color is the same as the skin color of the rambunctious teens. That alone right there means he can't possibly do anything of genuine consequence. He has to keep his credibility with black people by letting black people off the hook, by making excuses for black people, by blaming anyone or anything before you place any blame on the black people that are committing these crimes. And he didn't disappoint with his last statement. Who should be held responsible for these teen takeovers? Hi, this is Anthony Cumia.
And hello, I am Gavin McInnes.
Together we're Compound Censored and oh so entertaining. Well, the teens. Maybe their parents, but their parents, you know, I watch videos of black parents giving their infant children joints to smoke. Those are the parents. When people go, where are the parents? They're smoking weed with their 1-year-old. Do you expect them really to go out and exercise discipline on their kids so they know how to function in a civil society? Of course not. So stop with the parent thing. Consequences on the kids. Real consequences. So is that what Chicago Mayor Johnson is suggesting? When he gets up there and holds the young teens accountable? I think I've yapped enough. Let's watch.
We prevent the vast majority of these from ever taking place. You know, there's an effort in city council to hold these social media apparatuses accountable. I believe that we should continue to explore that, and I'm going to continue to work with aldermen all around that. It's why we're actually taxing these big tech companies for the role that they have played in harming the mental health and well-being of our young people. We prevent.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, what is he talking about?
He's going to hold social media platforms accountable for the teen fucking vandalism and assault and arson and everything else. He's taking a stand. He's finally taking the bull by the balls and doing what needs to be done. Holding social media platforms accountable. Unbelievable, totally believable. It's the social media platforms that are affecting the mental state, mental health and physical health of these poor young, I guess very easily manipulated and influenced. Social media. Go out and carjack, jump on cars, burn a building down. They're hypnotized by social media, I guess, is what Brandon Johnson is saying. How the lengths this fucker will go to not place blame on the people that are responsible.
What the fuck kind of a turn is that, bro? We're going 200
He
miles an hour.
says, do you know
Why
how
would they
many
do a
of
turn
these
like
we've
that?
stopped?
What the
That
fuck?
isn't a rousing endorsement
fucking
of
race,
the behavior of black people. If you tell us that even what we're seeing transpire every day in Chicago with these rowdy teen takeovers, you're saying there were more planned and you somehow thwarted those? That only makes me go, wow, there's even more batshit crazy, violent young black people that want to fuck up the city. How do you take care of that issue? The cause. While you're taking care of the cause of the problem, you do have to make sure that consequences are levied for the people that are committing these crimes in your city. But he wants to blame social media because
Seems crazy.
I think in one case that he's correct in is that these teens are using social media in order to coordinate. You don't just coincidentally show up with 200 people in a location to fuck it up. You got to coordinate that. So they do that online. But is that really the social media's problem? That they are what, allowing young black teens to coordinate these attacks on the community? Do you blame the social media platform? What if let's pick a race, I don't know, white people, picking it out on the top of my head, want to go on social media and gather a couple of hundred people up to, I don't know, exercise their right to assemble, talk with each other about the condition of the country, celebrate America. You know, the 250th anniversary of America is coming up on July 4th. And what if a bunch of white people wanted to get a big group of people together to celebrate? Let's get strangers, people we don't really know, in one place, and we'll talk, we'll have some beverages, we'll eat, and we'll celebrate America. Would the social media platforms that are being held accountable for the black teen gangs that are using social media to coordinate attacks on the community, would you now have to say no one can use social media to gather? Same thing they've done with locking up shit at CVS. Everyone has to pay. There's a small portion of our society that is stealing from stores. Those stores now have to treat everyone like they're criminals. You, a law-abiding citizen, have to walk in and ask if they can unlock something that you never would steal, ever. But they always want to go to the lowest common denominator. These pieces of shit steal from us, so instead of dealing with these pieces of shit, we are going to treat you like a piece of shit. That's how it goes. Schools do it.
Tight, bro.
Because young black people were the ones that were most apt to have to be disciplined in school for their behavior. detention, suspension, expulsion,
Can't even stay on the fucking
because it
road.
was primarily black people, black students that were given these punishments. They had to say, well, now no one can get any discipline from us because the system, the disciplinary system, is obviously racist because only blacks are being disciplined. And the only conclusion that you can draw from that is that the disciplinary system of the schools must be racist.
Can't even fucking make a turn.
Well, couldn't it also mean don't you even try to say that. Gifted students, another thing from the schools that used to, look, I hated those little geek dweeb motherfuckers.
That's not racist.
Oh, did you hear?
This
Our
isn't racist,
Johnny
bro.
is
What
gifted.
is this bullshit?
He's in the gifted class, where they go into a whole nother room.
Just
They don't
fucking
even
go
have to
through the
look at you,
terms.
motherfuckers. You dumb motherfuckers, non-gifted. It's like first class. I kind of know how the gifted students feel or felt back then. But I'm sitting in first class. I don't want to see the fuckers that are walking a steerage go past me while I'm sipping my cocktail at the gate, mind you. So that's probably how the gifted students feel. Oh my God, look at that. Oh, he's in regular remedial English. Ooh. That must be how they felt. But you had to give it to them. They were smarter than you. They were more advanced in their education and knowledge because they were able
fucking kidding
to
me?
soak in
Some bullshit.
what they were being taught and able to work it out without a lot of help from other people. That's gifting. Same thing as someone that can paint well. That's a talent that person has. And the gifted kids, same fucking. So they put him in that room and look at them and be like, oh, that's one of the gifted nerds. Yeah, fuck him.
I don't even know what he's talking about.
Fuck that. And then they'd go on to be engineers and work at maybe NASA.
Whatever he's
We
talking
have
about.
gone to the point where
This game's not that great. I think I liked the other Forza better. Fucking settings, bro. Give me some fucking settings to fucking change.
D.L. Hughley. D.L. Hughley, first of all, he's a racist. He was all over Big J. Okerson for the Kevin Hart roast and the Kill Tony, Tony Hinchcliffe. He was getting all pissed off about him with his George Floyd joke because say George Floyd. And he was calling him Nazi and stuff like that. It's just, Big J lit him up on Bonfire. It was great. Just talking about what an asshole he is, him. So D.L.'s just he's a piece of, he's an asshole. He was on O&A a couple of times. I'd gotten into a few not racially charged, but racially, I don't know, energetic conversations with him. And he is so full of that liberal, black, fake, we invented everything. It's all a lie that blacks are committing a disproportionate amount of crime and violence. There's no talking of it. So in this clip, I think DL, true to his dumb character, is talking reparations. He wants reparations. For what? Slavery. Oh, right. Let's watch DL trying to get money from Whitey.
If we're having reparations given out to people that were unjustly treated by the government, black people should be the first in line. Palm Springs was black people. Seneca Village which is Central Park was black people. So it isn't what you did to us in slavery. It's what you took from us after we pulled ourselves by our bootstraps, and then you use the power of the government to take it away. You can't say pull yourself by your bootstraps, hey nigga, I'm taking your boots too. And I think if now you can give people that shit all over the capital money, you can get people that were shit on by the capital money. I just think it's that. If you're going to say that these people deserve reparations for the 2 years they might have been in prison, I think 398 years of slavery probably is the same thing. And I think that now you've set.
Why were you enslaved?
Template that these are things that we believe in.
How stupid do you have to be? The January 6th people who have been pardoned, who were political prisoners, imprisoned for unbelievable amounts of time for nothing. It wasn't treason. It wasn't an insurrection. It was at most trespassing and light vandalism. Hi, this is Anthony Cumia. And hello, I am Gavin McKinnon. Together we're Compound Censored. And we'd like you to subscribe to our network that has more fantastic content you could shake a stick at. Use this promo code for a one-time super offer. Do it. It's uncensored and oh so entertaining. Whatever. 20, 30 years in prison? Fuck off. Just shut up, DL. They were political prisoners. They were put in prison for an insane period of time because the left, the Democrats, wanted to make a statement. Don't fuck with us. Don't call us out for our lies, or this will happen to you. And that is so unjust. And they deserve reparations. They deserve money because it's all you could give these people. You can't give them their lives back. The time they spent in jail, you can't give that back. Their lives are ruined still. They're not getting jobs that they could have gotten if they weren't labeled insurrectionists. Like I was talking about before, they were pardoned, but half this country believes that they were insurrectionists. And thank God Donald Trump pardoned them, and now to make life a little easier, they might get some money so they could support their families, live a life, since their ability.
Didn't realize I started it already.
Salam alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
نعم.
Why no?
لا تبتغوا اليهود ولا النصارى بالسلام. صح مسلم.
Israel, free Palestine. I know what you mean.
Yes.
You can't give salam.
Peace on Yahud, on Nasara. Salam.
Yeah, because you need to say wa alaikum.
And force them to another part of the road.
But why are you Jewish? Can you explain?
Oh, that's easy, bro. Because Allah subhanahu
Bro, how old are you? How old are you?
Yeah,
your uncle, and you're on bro.
I'm a YouTuber, and lots of people are watching us.
Yeah, let's speak with respect. No, respect for Israel, bro. No respect for Israel. We are all human. We can speak like good. No, these are not humans, bro.
Apes and pigs, no?
Okay, explain why are you Jewish? I want really to know.
Why are you Jewish?
Good
question.
That's all you need to know.
Okay, bro, I'm sorry for what I did. Explain why do you not accept Islam?
There's mistakes in the Quran.
No, there are not mistakes. Which mistake? Tell me more.
Have you read Surah? Which surah is it? It's Toba, Surah Toba.
Which number?
Wait.
30. So the Surah 9, in the chapter 9, ayah 30. 9:30.
Yeah, what is it?
It says
9:30.
Wait a second. I need to open it.
To search it.
Wait.
Okay.
Wait, شوف أخاف
it says that the Christians.
Wait a sec. Please. Sorry, I need to open it up first.
Why is it fucking throwing me all over
And
the
that
fucking ground?
تقاتلون قوما
Oh, he has a plan. Look. He has a
أسلمهم وهم
Yeah, I know.
Maybe left, you piece of shit.
You memorized the whole Quran? Oh, crazy.
Impossible to learn this fucking casually.
And
Yeah, so keep going.
So
yes,
it says there, it gets one part right. It says that the Christians, Nasara, believe Isa is
Ah, I can't do
Allah.
this fucking shit.
They do. Speak to any Christian
Oh,
and
shit.
say Jesus is the Son of God, the Father, the Spirit, and
I'll do
Nasara
this.
does not mean son.
Nasara means Christian. Ibn means son,
Yes.
and Allah means Allah, Illah, God.
It doesn't say Ibn
So,
Allah.
read, are you reading the same ayah? It says the Jews believe Uzair ibn Allah. Yes?
wait. Which
I
ayah?
think it's 30. Tawbah 9.
30.
Mine says, will you not fight the people who broke their oaths and determined to expel the messenger, and they had begun you the first time? You feared them, but Allah has more right that you should fear them if you are truly believers.
This is the ayah.
Guess I'll try that.
Okay, this is wrong. This is fake.
This is
This is
Surah-
fake.
This is Quran.com. Surah Tawbah, ayah 30.
Can you show me?
I can-
Wait,
I-
let
I'm
us
not
see.
good camera.
I see.
Yeah.
30. Ayah 30.
I would think you say 13, not
30.
30.
My mistake.
Okay. Let's see now.
Juden sagen, Uzair ist ihrer Sohn. Die Christen sagen, der Messias ist ihrer Sohn. Da sind sie raus aus dem Mund. Die Armen, die Leute ihnen nach, die zuvor ungläubig waren, Allah bekämpfte sie. Sie wird doch ab. It's literally says that the Christian says that Isa is his
And that's
son.
right, that's correct.
And this
They
is
say-
wrong.
No, they say Christians.
But
do
the same
say-
ayah says that is wrong.
I don't know.
The same Christian is wrong.
Christians, that's right. The Christians believe that, yes?
Yeah, the
And what
Christian.
does it say about Bani Israel, al-Yahud?
وخرج هدى عزيز من الله أنا قالت النصارى المسيح ابن الله ذلك الصوم.
But in Quran, you need to know everything has a
I know
context.
the
You cannot.
context, I know.
This game sucks.
What's up, Chuck? How you doing? What's your age, and what do you think about the prompt?
I think the prompt's fine. I'm 42.
Okay, are you a Trump supporter or are you a Democrat?
No, I'm a Trump supporter.
All right, why do you support Trump?
I think he's a pretty good president.
How so? Give me an example.
Well, he gave us basically net negative migration, which I'm very appreciative for. I think if he
No.
no,
He didn't put a dent in migration though.
that's not what I said. I said that I gave he's given us net negative migration. You can find the sources for this have been given by the Cato Institute and many others. But the Cato Institute is actually a very pro-migration think tank. And they were actually quite upset with Trump because they like having much cheaper immigrant labor in the United States.
What do you? Sorry. What do you mean by negative migration?
Net negative just means more people are leaving than coming.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't really think he put a dent in migration, in illegal immigration. Like I feel like he didn't get out the majority of illegals.
Well, he's not going to be able to get out the majority of them because you have 20 million of them here, and he has roughly 3 times the injunctions in court of any other president when it comes to trying to enforce immigration policy. So he's not going to be able to get 25 million people out of the United States in a few years, but net negative migration is fantastic. You know, lock-up border is fantastic. I mean, that's great.
I mean, did he lock up the border? I don't know.
He did lock up the border, yeah. That's for sure. Border crossings, have you seen what the data is of border crossings? Extremely low.
I haven't seen it this year, but I've seen last year's, and it was still a pretty hefty number coming in last year.
How much?
I think like a couple 100,000, like 500 to 600,000 came in last year.
I don't think it was that many. I will at least not reported. It could have been that. It could have been that many in actuality. I'm not sure if it was that many.
Yeah.
Well,
that's
the last,
where I can.
The last that I looked, the last that I looked, it was below 238,000 for the fiscal year.
So
Okay.
let me ask Chuck a question now real quick.
Sure.
Do you think it's a good idea to get rid of all illegal immigrants in this country?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Of course. I think it's a great idea.
Well, a majority of Republicans don't.
That's true.
And why is that? Why would
Well,
you think that?
it's because it basically migrant. Yeah, I'll explain why I think it is anyway. I think the farm lobby is a massive lobby, and it leans right. And I think that they like having immigrant labor here, especially legal immigrant labor, because they can pay them very, very low amounts of money in order to get certain jobs done that they want done cheaply. And then they kind of pretentiously pretend that artificially keeps costs lower, when in fact, usually part of farm syndicates that co-op what the price is going to be long before it ever gets in the market anyway.
So you think, well, it's funny you say that. Actually, it's funny. I mean, you can say that they just want lower prices or whatever, but it's I'm in a state that they actually passed a law saying that
Say that and be
right. Deport everybody that was and this is a Republican-led state, House, Senate, governor, right? The Republicans in the House rebelled against the Senate.
What state? What state?
Florida.
Oh, okay, Florida.
Yeah.
So what are you saying happened in Florida?
The free state of Florida, if you will. They rebelled against the governor because, and all I think it was like 96% of the sheriffs did as well, said that they were not going to try to round up illegal immigrants here unless they were like violent offenders, because they are helping our economy, they're good people, and they're just trying to live their life, right? The reason that is because when they tried to enact this last year, and we're going to try to dispute this, but it's indisputable. All of the housing projects that they had going on, all that kind of stuff, all the farm syndicates, if you will, in your terms, stopped having people show up. And
my shirt matches my paints today, which is pretty dope.
They were not producing any fruits and vegetables. They were.
There's going to be. There's no.
Hang
on.
Right?
Let me respond to a couple of these claims, if you don't mind.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'll start with the last one, and then I'll work my way back. So the first is that necessarily there's going to be an adjustment period. If you were to get rid of all illegals tomorrow, you're going to have an adjustment period where prices are going to
What's everyone up to?
There isn't a damn thing anybody can do about that either. Nothing. That's what happens when you artificially keep wages lower. And what would happen is, because wages would end up going up across the board, it wouldn't just go up for farmhands. The wages would probably stop being depressed across the board. You would likely see inflation on goods for sure. There's almost no doubt about that. Now, so I don't actually have a problem with that. I think that's just part of the poison when you take your medicine. But hang on. The other thing is, hang on. I just wanted to respond to the other claim real quick. I'm almost done. Please, just let Chuck talk real quick. I'm almost done, bro.
I just wanted to respond to that.
You wanted to interrupt.
Okay, but I wanted to get to the other claim, though. That was the important one.
That's fine, and I'll let you. I just wanted to respond to that really quick. Do you understand that?
Why'd you respond if he's not done talking?
Cannot afford a $500 medical bill without going right?
Yeah, they
How
probably
many-
will if you don't have wages depressed because you have tons and tons of foreigners being paid less.
Exactly.
So that goes to my
Funny.
point.
So food costing more is not going to hurt people that are living paycheck to paycheck.
Well,
Is that what you're telling me?
it's funny that you say that. It is true that probably food costs would go up and wages would likely go up as well.
Of course it would.
Would it be enough to offset? I have no idea, but I can tell you for sure that companies, when they're going to get tax increases from Democrats, are going to pass on those increases to consumer.
Sounds good. How do you make your eggs? You gonna scramble them?
And that includes food. So anyway, but to this, what you're talking about with DeSantis, I just pulled it up. So you're only talking about 8 members of the Florida Immigration Enforcement Council. So yeah, it's true. They got very upset about it. But there was only about eight Republicans
Did the
total.
Republicans run around Florida telling people that they were not going to enforce that law? Go ahead and look that up.
No, it wasn't
They did.
Republican. No,
They
no,
did.
hang on.
They
Hang on. Dude, Jimmy, chill out for a second. Hang on. How many Republicans?
All of them.
No, not all of. That's ridiculous. Show me. Where can I find that?
Yeah, you just have to prove that, my dude.
I have it, my dude. I got 7 or 8 of them. Is what I'm counting.
We got 7 or 8. The Republicans here didn't scuttle that bill this year. Is that what you're telling me?
I didn't say that. I'm saying that you can have rogue defectors who could work with Democrats to get bills scuttled.
It's overwhelmingly Republican in Florida.
Okay, what bill are we talking about now?
Let me look at this up. Hang on, I'll pull it up exactly.
Okay.
Go ahead with your propaganda.
What propaganda?
He's just saying he's an opinion. It's not propaganda. You may not agree with it, but it's not propaganda.
It is. It is. 100%.
Just because you don't
He
agree with
supports
it?
Trump?
No, I don't.
All right, that's fine. I'm just asking.
Yeah, no, I don't.
I don't understand what's the propaganda here, man? I don't get it.
He's just saying his opinion. If you don't agree with it, that's on you. That's not him saying propaganda.
Yeah, I'm not a huge egg guy, but I like them sometimes. Eggs are good when they're like mixed in with stuff, I think.
Just what he believes.
Hey, a lot of people are ignorant.
Are you?
It's
Hang
just
on.
sounding.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. We were still talking about this bill. I just was going to ask you, are you talking about, I think it's 7.025354 whatever immigration bill? The Trump Act? Is that
SeaWorld used to be a thing. That's crazy. I remember that growing up. And I think most of them shut down now. Pretty crazy.
Act.
Well, I just went, the Trump Act. Is it called the Trump Act? Is that the shorthand for the specific bill?
Probably. I don't know. We've got Ron DeSantis, so probably.
Well, the Trump Act was the one that was against DeSantis by the Republicans. And he threatened to veto it. So I'm guessing that's the one that you're referencing. Early 2025.
Republican leaders called their own special session, ignoring the governors instead of representing their own sweeping immigration bill. Monday's House showdown would have been unthinkable in the past. DeSantis wielding power over the Republican control of the legislature, like the governor in Florida, helping him make the state an envy of conservative activists across the country.
SB 1718.
The Senate leader and House Speaker rejected DeSantis' immigration proposals, not because they don't like it.
Oh, because they didn't want to centralize authority, right. That was the whole point. They wanted to centralize authority to somebody DeSantis didn't want to have it, not because they didn't actually want the immigration bill, because most of the content of it they actually passed, right?
He wanted to jail officers that were not picking up people that were immigrants here illegally.
That's part of it. The other part of it was that they wanted somebody else. You
conveniently forgot to mention that.
Well, I'm not trying to not mention anything. I'm just pointing this out that most of what the proposals for immigration in Florida, what was being proposed by DeSantis was actually adopted. They resisted the bill on 2 grounds, and then after modifications, it got passed. the bill got passed, and DeSantis didn't actually veto it, is what I'm reading.
Yeah, but they refused to enforce it, right?
Well, now that's a different argument, though.
That's
Where'd she immigrate from?
That's you can go back if you were
Okay,
recording
but-
this. You
okay,
can go back
so
and
they're not
listen to
enforcing what?
exactly what I'm saying, which is they
What are they
said
not enforcing?
it was just a
Chickadee China, the Chinese chicken. Chickadee China, the Chinese chicken. China, chickadee China. Cracking.
Hello, can I help you?
Chickadee China, the Chinese chicken?
How many?
Chickadee China, Chinese chicken, you have?
What do you mean?
You have?
Chickadee China, the Chinese chicken? Have a drumstick and your brain starts pricking. You have?
No?
Chickadee China, the Chinese chicken?
Chinese chicken?
Chickadee China, Chinese chicken?
Sorry, I'm not really understand what you mean.
Chickadee China, the Chinese chicken? Have a drumstick and your brain starts clicking. You have?
So you're not old or you're not talking to someone?
Chickadee China, the Chinese chicken?
I don't understand what you mean.
Chickadee China,
No?
the Chinese chicken?
No?
No, Chickadee China, the Chinese chicken?
No?
Have a drumstick and your brain starts clicking.
How many?
Have a drumstick and your brain starts clicking. Clicking! Clicking!
What kind of chicken you want?
Chickadee China! Chinese chicken!
I said I'm not really understand what you mean.
Hello? Hello, Chickadee China, the Chinese chicken! Hello? Yeah, Chickadee China? What is that? Chickadee China, the Chinese chicken?
Have a drumstick and the brain starts clicking.
Hello? Chickadee China, the Chinese chicken? You have?
We don't sell dogs.
Chickadee China, the Chinese chicken!
Alright.
Have a drumstick and your brain starts clicking!
Alright.
You have?
Uh-huh.
Hey, Charlie!
Charlie.
Chickadee China!
Hey,
That's
Charlie.
pretty racist, man. You want me to call the police?
Chickadee China, the Chinese chicken? Hey, Round Eye!
Hello?
Chickadee China, the Chinese chicken?
You got time to mess around or what?
Hey, Charlie, calm down, Charlie.
Huh?
Chickadee China, the Chinese chicken, you have?
What do you want?
Chickadee China, the Chinese chicken?
Chinese chicken?
Chickadee China.
What about Cola ID? How do you work this thing?
You press star 723.
Huh?
Star 723, Charlie.
What's your number?
825
825?
87 63 42.
Uh-huh. What's your address?
42 Big Walkway.
Big Walkway?
Big Walkway. Right next door to Small Walkway.
Uh-huh. Hey.
Across the street from Chopstick Town.
Hey.
Hey, Charlie.
You got nothing better to do?
No.
Put your pens down.
What?
Put your pens down and stop playing with your ass.
Okay, Charlie.
Okay.
Sounds like fun, Charlie.
Charlie?
Find your next possibility on cars.com. Where to next?
Charlie went crazy.
It turns out that AI was missing something. You. And Wix Harmony figured that out. Okay, this is where you...
What you guys up to today?
We play basketball.
Just basketball? Oh, were you? To be completely honest with you, man, the description's just black dudes wearing black. Hold on. So ultimately, what I am going to do, though, I am going to search the video. Okay?
On October 2nd, 2024, around 8:30 p.m., Akron officers searching for suspects connected to a nearby shooting arrived at Morgan Park and noticed a maroon Kia sedan sitting in the dark with 4 men inside. Police say several of the occupants appeared nervous, sweating in black clothing, while one of the men was reportedly wearing a ski mask. At first, officers simply wanted to identify the group, but the encounter would quickly shift once they made contact with the driver.
So, fellas, what you guys up to today?
We play basketball.
Just basketball? Oh, were you? Okay, you might roll your windows down. Listen, guys, I ain't messing you or anything like that. There's a shooting not too far away from here. Hey, Fer. There's a shooting that's not too far away from here. Saw you gentlemen sitting here, okay? To be completely honest with you, man, the description's just black dudes wearing black. Hold on, relax. There's a black dude wearing black t-shirts, okay? That is what it is, alright? I ain't saying that you did it, but I also saw my gentleman over here and everybody's like a little sweaty, like they've been running for a little bit. If all you've been doing is playing basketball, I promise you, I ain't messing with you.
You said sweating.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy, but I also wouldn't be doing my job if I wasn't checking, right? Is that fair? How old are you guys?
I'm 29.
I'm 29.
Just having some lunch. I was playing some Forza a few minutes ago. How's your day going? What you up to? Not sarcastic.
Last 42. Okay. No firearms in here, obviously. Okay, nobody got a gun or anything like that. Cool. Alright. You guys got IDs on you? Is that alright if I just check and make sure?
This is my car.
This is your car?
Yeah.
Cool.
That's mine.
Yeah. Where you guys live?
I live right there on Brown.
On Brown?
I live right there off of everybody do it.
Maurice? That's how you say it?
Yep.
Alright. Okay. Like you said, no firearms in here or anything like that. Nothing I need to know about. Listen, guys, I ain't trying to mess with you. I promise you. Like I said, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't stay over here and ask and see some sort of questions, right? Because I'm just explaining to you the direction of the flight path and the shooting will literally bring me right over here. Okay, so I ain't trying to make this harder than it needs to be. I'm gonna just check.
Just having lunch. Playing some games today. Same old, same old. What's up with you, man?
Make sure you guys are all good to go. You said this is your car?
My car, yeah.
This is your car? Okay. Just hang out here for me here for a second, okay?
Yeah, nobody's saying you didn't do anything. Like, a girl just got shot down the road, and the person ran over here. Yeah, well, it was like... Yeah, no, I mean, nobody's trying to mess with you guys. We're just also not trying to let somebody who's shooting people get away, you know what I mean? So, he's just gonna check you real quick, because it's what we have to do when we make interactions with the public, and then you guys can just get on your way. The courts actually look pretty good over here. Like alright, at least. Are they busy usually, or no? Oh, okay. What's up?
Yeah.
Nah, I mean a little bit, man, but I work.
That's what's up. Yeah, I'm just eating some chicken right now. See, I guess the weather's pretty nice today, too. I could go outside. It's still pretty early. We'll see how it goes.
At nights, and usually I'm on the west side, so I don't really come over here that often, so. So you guys work, are you in school, or what do you do? You're in school? Where you go? You go to where? Sorry. Oh, okay. Oh, I feel you. I just got done doing some school online too. Do you like it? Do you think it's like easier to like do all your other stuff with, or do you miss like kind of just like going in person and stuff?
The driver is identified as Maurice Phillips. Officers quickly focus their attention on Phillips after spotting what may be alcohol beside the driver's seat. Court records show Phillips had a prior felony domestic violence conviction, legally preventing him from possessing a firearm. And as the stop continued, officers became increasingly suspicious of what was inside the vehicle.
Hey fellas, I ain't trying to, like I said, make this any harder. I'm still waiting on some warrant stuff and everything like that, just to make sure nobody's good, or nobody has any warrants or anything like that. In the meantime, just to speed this process along, you said there's no firearms in the car or anything like that? Okay. Is it okay if we just check to make sure, like I said, that way we can get you out of here as quick as we possibly can, and then you guys can go about your business. I can go tell my superiors you guys weren't involved in anything else.
I mean, everything is cool. I mean, like, what's the point for y'all to check for firearms in the car?
So, just to make sure you guys weren't, so I can definitively say, like, okay, well, these guys...
Because y'all are liars, that's why.
Involved in any of this.
What's the point? Because y'all are liars, that's the point.
You know, like I told you before, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't come over here and then ask to...
There's three sneaky motherfuckers out there.
So did you write everybody's name and don't nobody got a warrant right now?
I'm still in the process of doing that.
Okay, can you just do that? I mean, you're not going to do nothing.
Okay. You got an open container in the car too, fella.
You said open container?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like anime. It's just I haven't watched any new ones in a while. I watched Demon Slayer and Jujutsu Kaisen like last year, and I think I watched the new Dragon Ball stuff. But yeah, there's still a lot of anime stuff for me to catch up on. Colorado is raising chickens. Other birds who doesn't work for a living can somehow is dead. So and he's stacked. Well, at least he's got the chickens.
Open container of alcohol. Right tucked underneath your door here. Alright. I'm trying to do you a solid and a service just to explain to you why I'm here. I'm not concerned about this open container. I'm concerned about what other potential involvement that you guys might have. And if it's nothing, then so be it. You guys are going to be on your way. I promise you. Ain't nothing going to happen with this open container. Okay? But if there's something else going on or whatever, and you just let me know. I'm willing to work.
Yeah, I need to catch up on Attack on Titan as well. I've only seen the first season, I think.
Okay, cool. Alright. So ultimately what I am going to do though, I am going to search the vehicle. Okay? I am going to search the vehicle because you have an open container of alcohol in the car. Alright, that's illegal, right? It is, and I'm just going to conduct my business as usual here, okay? So be that as it is, man. I am going to have you take a step out of the car, okay? I'm not going to place you under arrest as long as you're cooperative with me, okay? But I just want to let you know I could take this a lot farther direction than I need to. So I'm going to ask you guys, and this is a question for everybody one more time. Is there any firearms in the car I need to know about now? Okay, cool. That once that's out of the way, I promise you I'm willing to work with you. Alright? Alright. Sir, go ahead and unbuckle your seatbelt.
Can you get our IDs?
Oh, I got them right here. Right on top of the car for you. Why don't you unbuckle yourself and
he wants to run away. He wants to run away.
Yourself, turn off the car for me, please. Alright.
That's what I'm saying. Everything is cool. Like, what?
Did you listen to everything I just said? Alright? I promise you, I'm not trying to give you a hard time. I'm trying to investigate a serious incident that happened somewhere else. Alright? Unfortunately, throughout all of this, our paths have crossed. Alright, Mr. Jones, I'm gonna have you put your hands on top of your head for me, okay?
I'm good.
I'm gonna have you take a step out of the car. So go ahead, put your hands on top of your head and release your fingers. And release your finger.
He just says I'm good, but doesn't do what he asked him to fucking do.
On top of your head, please.
You're good? You're good? Why don't you just do what he said to fucking do?
He's down. And release your fingers on top of your head. Thank you. Alright? Go like this.
Built for your casework.
Yeah.
Grounded in the record. That's red.
There's some good ones and there's some weird ones. But the good ones are pretty good.
Expand your horizons.
Put them right over your head. Thank you. Just stay right there for me. I'm gonna have you take a step out of the car. You all gonna go? One at a time. Relax. Keep your hands up there. Tell me to keep. Thank you. Now step out, face the car for me. Keep your hands on top of your head. Hands on top of your head.
I'm not gonna do nothing. I'm just putting my hands on my head. What the hell? Nothing. Now we're going to next up, please.
You have something on?
Dude, all you have to do is come to us, man. I don't care, then that's fine, man.
You guys have
I'll reach out. Stay right there. That's about facing the road again. That's not problem. All right, you good? So you think
we gotta go.
You don't have any pockets or anything like that? No, check. Okay. Let's step back there from there. You got the hands. Face. Which one? This one? Just like that. Oh. Perfect one. Grab it on the bike. Water. Hands on, man.
Why did you act like that, man?
I got another phone in my pocket. Oh, you just want to do it.
Got it here, man.
Right up there. Step out in space in the door, Jim. You have anything on you? It's gonna stab you. Like that.
I got a lighter in my left pocket though.
Just gonna stay with that on the road in the car with us. Stay with him. You can stand with that. I'm gonna toss this real fast here. There it is. Oh, we're good. Just 13, everybody, for right now. Just for right now, guys. Nobody's in trouble or anything like that, but just obviously we gotta do our business, okay? Because I want to make sure there's 3 of you guys and 3 of us, well 4 of us, and based off of what I'm finding in the car, obviously I just want to be safe. There's 3 of you and 3 of them, and I didn't want to look underneath the seat and all 3 of them robbing, and there's only 2 of us. So, there's the driver up, got out the way you did. I was like, oh boy. Black shoes on,
It's a nice car.
It was rough.
You want me to put the bar, like the bullet in the chamber back in?
You could, yeah. This is stupid when you felt that gun. I feel like it was one of those. Hard to say. Anything.
I mean, they cool down.
Shit.
And it's got a board on it too, so this.
Hey, I'll be back.
Down in like 20
I gotta check my phone.